freaking stuff.
Oh, cool. That stuff's gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the upgraded version or not. I don't remember.
I'm not sure. I made mine Shadow first, and then hated that, and so pushed through to get to 102, and now she's Disc. And Disc is lovely. I really like it.
Let's see. Holy Priest artifact. Okay, we are live. Which is nice. Of the Naru appearances. Yeah, that's only the first version, not the full version.
Okay.
I've got to complete the Class Hall campaign full version. Have you had an issue with Wowhead's 3D?
I don't really use it very much.
Okay,
What's it doing?
I'll put it into... Like, obviously it's going to take like 30 seconds. When I look at when I look at 3D models and stuff, it completely bugs out.
Oh, okay.
And when I move it, no idea what's the go.
Hang on, I'm gonna have a look.
If I move it around, it's like things are blocking it.
That's Holy Priest, is it?
Yes. The Banner of Purity is the upgraded one. See how like bits and pieces aren't like loading correctly? I have no idea why this happens. Either way.
I can't remember how to get there. I'm trying to get to that look, and I can't remember how to get to it.
So what, sorry?
Never mind, the bit that you were at, but I just... the screen that you're looking at. I'm just trying to see if it's happening for me too. But no, it's
artifact,
working. It's perfectly fine for me.
I guess there's something up with...
Have you tried different browsers?
No. I don't use ad blocker on my head. Because I pay for it. Because, hey, it's worth it.
And it's super cheap.
Yeah, it's pretty much nothing anyway.
But yeah, it could be an issue with the browser that you're using. Might not be up to date. I'm looking at mine through Safari, so... Or as Fleecy says, it's the hidden appearance. Do you know what, dude? I tell you what.
What?
Fleecy's being a smartass.
Okay. Give it a minute or two. Chat room's not working for me.
Oh, okay. That's why what I said made no sense at all.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody in the chat room. Darius is attempting to get back online. Back online in the next few minutes. So... Okay, I understand that you may get confused, but what is the point of posting in the WoW forums? WoWhead is broken.
Because people are a bit daft and seem to think that Wowhead is owned by Blizzard, or they think that if they complain enough to WoW, that they'll do something about it.
Yeah, honestly, I think WoWhead should have some amount of funding from Blizzard.
I don't mind. I kind of prefer that they don't. It means they can say what they actually think about things too.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. All right. Okay. Some people are saying it add-on or it's something. Have any? Uh, in regards to this stuff that you've highlighted, Sender, that's up to. I wasn't sure how much there was to talk about next week, like how much information there would be coming out between now and then. And
Some. I just think that this is too much. Like, it's not related to anything else that we're talking about tonight. And there's other stuff that we can embellish on in those next week.
That's true. Did you get access to all of the show notes that I created?
Yeah, I put some stuff in there for next week as well.
Okay, cool. Because I was kind of half asleep when I made them, and I may have accidentally not given you permission to one or two of them, and I don't know.
I'm not too sure. You doubled up on a fair few though, which I went and deleted duplicates.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, I think you must have done like a save as instead of saving what was there, or something like that, because there was like episode 58 and then 58 with a 1 in brackets, and I'm like, okay, that's really weird. Yeah.
I must have multiplied it by accident. Oh,
it's all good.
I've been using a lot of Google documents and Google Sheets at work, so I'm like, also, did we email today?
I checked earlier today, but I haven't checked this afternoon.
When we got one home or something. Someone possibly in the chat. Oh, Tidget's following. Yes, we did. Whoops. What did it do? Bold, but hey. Okay. Posted that in. Yeah, okay, so before we do start, have you copied those things next week's show notes or no?
No.
Cut that. Okay, I see. I've made two. Two of episode 50.
Okay, don't touch that yet because I deleted one today, so it's really weird that you've still got it. So we can sort it out after if you like. That's a bit weird.
I don't believe it's been deleted. I believe you may have just removed it from your view.
No, when I deleted it, it specifically said if you do this, other people won't have access to it. And I'm like, yes, that's kind of the point. So it's not behaving properly.
Huh, that's odd. Okay. Okay, who's doing the intro?
You.
Can I get a countdown, please? You're ready.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to episode 57 of the Reins of Azeroth. I am your host, Spaz Wesson, and I'm joined tonight by my lovely co-host, Cinder. Cinder, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Playing lots of WoW.
Yay! It's very
Yes.
good to hear.
Yes,
Having fun?
Yes, I have turned... Well, kind of. Everybody hates Mondays, so I thought, why the hell not make Mondays worse and do all my mount runs on Mondays?
Oh.
Make me feel even worse.
Yeah, but if you get one, imagine how amazing that Monday would be.
Yes. Exactly.
So, you know.
Nothing
last
yet.
week you were saying that you had issues with WoW opening and stuff. Like, what was the deal with that?
Yeah, it turns out the new update for Avast had some kind of new feature, that was apparently blocking certain file types, and I don't know why.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, guildmate of mine, Fleecy, he told me what it was, but I don't remember exactly what it was called.
No, that's
Some
okay.
new
It's
feature.
good that it got fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is fixed. Yeah. That's good. What about yourself? Have you been up to much?
Yeah, well, I'm a jobless bum at the moment, so I'm playing a lot of WoW, like a lot. So I had a good week. I got the Horridon mount. Yay!
Oh, that's awesome.
Which was really cool. Yeah, I was really happy about that. I mean, it's not my favorite in the world, but out of all of the dire horns, that's my favorite coloring because it's kind of got this bluey greeny coloring on it that just looks really cool. So I was really stoked about that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've discovered that I can. I think I said previously that I can solo Rookmar now. So I go off and do him once a week on my shaman, which is cool. My poor little mage, she can't do it. I took her and she tried, and then she just kind of exploded. And I'm like, okay, you can't do this, darling. You don't get to do that. So yes, I've been doing lots of mount runs and lots of older things. So I went back into, oh my goodness, I'm having a complete mental blank. What's the other horsey one? The non-Karazhan horsey that everyone goes to in the dungeon? Strathholm?
Yes.
Yes. So I was running that a fair bit because
Baron
I'm on
Rivendell's
my
charger.
Yes, because my mage wanted a pretty dress. So she went in there and exploded things for a while, and she got it eventually, which was nice. But there's loads of I think this week's been a real transmog time for me. There's loads of really cool transmog pieces that I don't have yet, or I didn't have.
Wait a sec. I'm down. That's 7.2 talk is next week.
No. This is classic. I'm so excited about that.
There's transmog things happening in 7.2.
There are lots of transmog things happening, yes. And then I spent lots of time in Pandaria because I got distracted because I went to go kill Nalek, and while I was flying around. I'm like, oh, I should see if Galleon's up. So I went and killed him, but he didn't have any mounts for me. And then I'm like, I should do like a lap around to try and find a Zandalari Warbringer, but none of them were up. And then as I was flying around, there were random rares up, so I killed those, and I got an achievement for killing, I think all of the rares in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, which was weird because I already had Glorious, which is for like killing everything. And I got 2 toys in all of my rare adventures. I got the Firewater Conch, which was from a dude that is in Kunlai Summit, and I got the beginning of the week, I got Wisp in a Bottle from the Withered Training, which I shouldn't complain about because yay, I'm getting toys and stuff, but I really want the Fox mount. I want the Fox.
Yes.
And it doesn't exist.
Well, keep doing acacias.
Yeah, but and my Resto Shaman hidden artifact appearance, it doesn't exist. Like I'm now going into that on a daily basis to try and get it, and it doesn't exist, and it's making me really
bad luck
sad.
protection.
The bad luck protection's not working. I think it's
not
going
working
backwards.
fast enough.
Yeah, it's not working fast enough. It's really not.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been a good week. It's been productive in terms. I've been so like I said, I got really distracted. Obviously, today's a distracting day. Lots of tangents. I can see it now. It was on the Isle of Thunder and running around. And I saw that I only had 1 book left for the Zandalari library card achievement, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder how far how far off I am from getting the like the Isle of Thunder overall achievement, which gives the Stormbreaker title, which I feel like someone named Cinderstorm really should get. So yes. I did some things working towards that, which was lots of fun. So I got a whole bunch of achievements today. There's too many to list. And none of them are new ones. They're all old ones. But yeah, it was really good. I'm rambling. Sorry. Hi, everyone.
That's fair enough. Now, news-wise, did you partake in the madness?
I tried to, and there was no one there. I was actually really upset. Same for you?
Yeah, there were a couple of Horde and a couple of Alliance, but not enough to make like a big enough group to make a dent in any of the bosses. Yeah. Which sucked.
It did suck. It did.
I did hear that Fist from the Lagging Bowls had fun with that event with her guildies. So yeah, it's definitely a group up in a guild and do things together.
I think so. My guild's not into that stuff.
Yeah. Jocelyn from For Azeroth and like the A-Move group, she tried to do that event as well and only ended up in a group with about 20 people, and it was like okay for her. So it seemed like that was more of a you need a lot of people in there kind of event, which and the other thing I also heard is that anyone who wasn't 110 walk into Ungoro, do a 180 and walk back out. Because the mobs weren't scaled, they were all just 110.
Yep. Yeah.
And everyone's just like, well, I'm going to level in a different zone. So
yeah. I was really disappointed because this is the same thing that happened with the like the Gates of Anchorage Remembrance Day, whatever it was, that they did, and nobody in my guild was interested. So I've asked, look, to be fair, I've only asked about twice, but every time I've asked about it, about doing a micro holiday together, everyone's like, well, what do you get for it? And I'm like, it's just for funsies. And they're like, well, no, why would I do that? Which I was really disappointed about, because I love micro holidays. I love the idea of them, and I like that they help with the immersion of the game. But it's obviously not for everybody, and because it's not for everybody, it means that there's probably lower participation than what's needed to get through them. And also, our server's pretty quiet, so even if we did have a fair few people wanting to do it, it's still a quiet server. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, a custom group. Yes, and you're right. Yes, should have done that. But then again, I didn't think
there might not have been a custom group. You know, or in saying that, it's like, well, you can start one if you want, but it's a bit odd when it comes to that, and you may end up like, you know, which side Are you on the Alliance side where there's no one, or are you on the Horde side where there's no one, or are you on the Alliance side where there's a ton of people? That kind of thing. So it's
I will check that out next time there's a micro holiday though, because I think that it's probably, if there's no one else around, that's going to be the only other way to go about doing it.
Yeah.
Because I really want to do them. I'm sad I didn't get to kill any dinos.
Yes, I hope that they look at this micro holiday and say people had some really valid issues with it. We should totally make sure that the next micro holiday that has bosses scales, so that at least, hey, if someone's leveling, they can get some decent experience for it and have some amount of it that's done solo, because the hatching of the hippogriffs was a completely solo thing.
Yeah, I loved that.
And
I really
that was
loved it.
huge. Like, that was everywhere. This one...
look, that was another one. This is why I'm worried about the population on my server. That was also really quiet for my server when I went and did it. There were only about 2 or 3 other people around. And I know, like, obviously other servers had lots, because my Twitter feed was just full of these beautiful little baby hippogriffs on everyone's shoulders. So I'm kind of hoping that they're seeing the player data for each server for things like this, and considering, please, Blizzard, please consider some more realm mergers, because I feel like ours really needs it.
The shard technology that they have is kind of that. You know, a shard contains up to, I think, like 8 different servers, and allows that sort of crossover.
Help.
But
yeah, it doesn't help.
It's not perfect. Like, it's
not, and it doesn't help for mythic rating, which is the other problem that we have, is that there's just not enough people on the server to get for a mythic team. So it's a double issue that we've got at the moment. But it sounded really good, and I'm glad that people had fun with it.
Yes. Now, the For Azeroth promotion that was running to get yourself a Primal Flamesaber has been extended to the 26th of March because it ended an hour early.
Oh, really?
It ended 1 hour earlier than the devs wanted it to, and a couple of people were just like, damn, I missed out. I was in the middle of one of my games, and, you know, that was it. And the devs are like, all right, it's extended to the 26th. Go for it. Okay. Like, oh, that's awesome.
That's good though. I'm glad that people have a bit more time to do it. So if you haven't got it yet, go into Heroes, play it. It's good fun.
Yes. Now, 7.2, as I mentioned earlier, has already snuck onto our PCs. Everyone's been downloading it in the background without knowing. Or you did notice, and you noticed. So, yeah. We still don't have a date for it, but there are rumors and stuff going around in regards to when that could be. And some people have a feeling at the next Q&A.
Yeah.
That's when they'll reveal it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're going to talk about a bunch of that stuff next week, yeah?
Yes, definitely.
Now it'll be really good. And the Q&A, sorry to interrupt you, but the Q&A this weekend is about 7.2 related stuff. So if you've got questions about it, send in your questions now. And if you're curious, have a watch/listen/read of it afterwards. But that's just one to keep an ear out for.
Definitely. And the other big thing was that on the PTR, they decided to make NPCs killable. And they realized exactly who everyone was going to go for.
Of course.
And they made him a raid boss.
I'm so sad that I didn't get to do this.
All the pictures I saw, and it was just fire everywhere. And it makes sense. Amazing. It makes sense. So
I do hope that Firelord Nomi comes in as a Brawlers Guild boss, like an
that would be excellent.
Actually, that'd be really cool. They should make it so that, you know, when you're giving him your mats to learn recipes, he can give you a Brawlers Guild, like, you know, the special ones, like the single individual fights. But he can give you one of those challenge cards.
He would have to be one of those everybody in sort of fights.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Definitely,
for sure. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and they released the dates for BlizzCon 2017 to no one's surprise, the 3rd and 4th of November, which is
that's a week, 2 weeks, out from last year's one.
Well, a lot of people assume, it's going to be in November.
Yes.
So
it's usually in November.
3 possible, weeks, I guess, in November, unless the calendar falls odd. So yeah, BlizzCon tickets are going on sale soon, and I believe almost every hotel is sold out everywhere. So
it usually is.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that they'd put off the announcement for a little bit longer, because Sirius and I are hoping to go to BlizzCon this year, and it's like, well, we don't have we don't really have the plans now ready to be able to go and,
it seems to be the kind of thing that you need to plan a year out. Like, you need to plan it
definitely
at the current BlizzCon for the next one, because the number of people, I joined the BlizzCon 2017 Facebook group, which if anyone is planning on going to BlizzCon this year, join it. It's a really good group. I'll put the link in the show notes if anyone's interested, but it's a good supportive group. When I say supportive group, I don't mean like everyone's in any sad state of affairs or anything, but it's just really good for people who are looking for advice on hotels and stuff, and flights, and other good places to stay, all sorts of things like that. So it's a really good place to go. But I followed that after BlizzCon just finished, like the 2016 one, and people were already like, okay, so I've booked hotels for these weekends, and these are the ones that are going to give refunds. And I'm like, wow, that's a year out.
Yep.
But it's kind of like, when you look at the prices of things now that the dates have been announced, it's crazy.
Yeah, prices skyrocket because they know.
Yeah. They know.
They
know it's going to be this massive wave of people.
Yep. And last thing, with Chronicle Volume 2 coming out, if you have Chronicle in your possession, if you turn to the appendix, right at the very end, and look up Dreadlord, you will see that the devs have gotten in on the joke.
See, I thought this had to be a joke. Surely it has to be a joke.
The devs have confirmed that she is not a Dreadlord.
But I mean, like, somebody photoshopped a picture for the appendix to say that.
Nope, it's real.
Oh my god.
It's real. Okay. If you look up Dreadlord in the appendix, it says : Jaina Prattle. So...
oh dear.
The devs have gotten in on the joke, and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, so, it is funny.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, with my Holy Priest, who I'm leveling at the moment, I actually went and got the Shadow artifact as a Holy Priest. It wasn't tough in that regard.
Yeah, you can definitely, like, I think for the mage ones, I did them all in... I want to say Arcane, because I think that's the first one that I ended up getting. And I think I ended up doing all of them as Arcane because I was just more comfortable with that.
Yeah, I was worried that there'd be some abilities that I needed to use that I didn't have, or because I'm a healer, I wouldn't have enough damage to be able to kill them.
Yeah.
But it worked, and it still stuck to the headcanon that I have for my priest, who would never go Shadow, but would still hunt down that artifact to make sure that no one else gets to use it. So
nice, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's good.
And I found a bug in Firelands as well.
I'm not surprised.
If you grow some mobs just outside of just out across the bridge from Majordomo in like the general area, and then you run all the way to Majordomo and pull him. If you kill him but are still in combat with those ads who are all the way over there, you can take the concentration buff and run it through to Rags and have I believe it's like an extra 100% DPS against Rags.
Wow.
Even though at this point it doesn't matter because it just takes one or two shots to kill him, but it's actually quite funny that you can take that buff with you. So I believe it was from the fire elementals that get channeled that you can't attack straight away.
Okay, yeah.
And it was one of those. I aggroed the 4 guys, but they were in the middle of doing the animation and stuff, so they didn't actually chase me. And then the elemental was fully powered, and it killed all of them. And then it was slowly coming after me while I was killing Major Domo. And then so it was kind of funny that I managed to
That's
keep
cool.
that through. Yeah, so that's about it for news. Other than the fact that there was a Legion PvP Q&A, which was very informative. I picked 3 of the big PvP things that I think were kind of important, and we've got a whole bunch of other PvP stuff to talk about. In regards to changes for gearing in PvP, there are some changes in store for 7.2. People are used to the old system of getting honor slowly over time, and then buying gear, and you can see you can see what you're going towards. Whereas now it's all RNG based. They're looking at a new token system related to the Obliterum Forge that allows you to upgrade upgrade your pieces, so you can bump up the lowest one as you go, sort of thing, which is really cool.
It is cool that the Forge is going to be available for other things as well. I'm glad that they're making it relevant still for people who put in a lot of effort at the start. I could not be bothered, and I do feel a little bit bad for people who spent quite a lot of gold getting that Forge set up at the very start of Legion.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm pretty sure, I want to say Ian said it, but I could be lying, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere them saying that anyone who had forked out a lot of gold to get their Forge set up at the start of the game should well and truly have earned their gold back in the things that they would have been able to craft with it. So
definitely,
hopefully that's balanced out for people.
Yes, that's true. They did. Someone asked, "Is it possible to make leveling through PvP a little easier?" And they said, "Well, Legion required a retune of experience and honor. At first, Blizzard was a little too generous, but then they cut it down. It's being retuned again in 7.2 to be more efficient. So that's hopefully going to be good. But they don't want to make it trivial so that you can just kind of power through all the different ranks. So it's still going to be tough to get that unicorn, but they're going to make it a little bit easier. So we'll see. See how well that goes."
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it being just a little easier, only because I don't PvP a lot, but that's just my own laziness. So
yeah. And finally, someone asked, "Can we get a Proving Ground style instance to practice healing with a PvP template setup?" Now, in PvP, everybody has a specific template that their characters adhere to that change depending on certain things, and that template isn't actually available anywhere else in the game because it doesn't sort of activate when you're doing world PvP. It just activates in in battlegrounds and such. So there's no real place to get used to that other than you can't really practice. And they said Blizzard would love to design a PvP hangout where people can practice, with the templates, but it's not coming in 7.2 due to complexity. The removal of PvP vendors did lose some of the social element because a lot of PvP players would just hang around the PvP vendors, because if you're queuing up for Battlegrounds, you might as well hang around the vendor when you pop out. And they're saying it's definitely something they'd love to design in the game. So
I would just like to say, because I agree with this, because the templates are a really great idea. Before I continue, actually, shall we just press on and say we're now talking about Legion PvP? Because what I'll say kind of wraps into that. Okay, so we're gonna talk about PvP and Legion, and just go through the things that kind of changed a bit. We know that we've touched on this in the past, but we're just going to go through things in a little bit more detail. There's 2 sites that we highly recommend go check out if you want all of the information in the world. Obviously, there is a Wowhead guide. Wowhead have quite a few, like a couple of PvP ones, but the one that I actually found most useful was the Legion PvP Season 2 guide. So we'll put the link up for that. And the second one, conveniently for us, was published yesterday or the day before by the ever amazing Salvation, whose blog is absolutely fantastic, salvation.blog. You should go check it out. He put a post up about Legion and casual PvP, and it is absolutely brilliant. It's really, really fantastic. It goes through all of this stuff in a lot more detail than we will go through tonight. He does all the maths for you, letting you know how much honor you're going to need all up to get particular items. It's bloody brilliant. So highly recommend checking out Salvation's post. So back to the Proving Grounds idea and the templates. One of the things that they changed with PvP in Legion was they made it so that there were specific templates that just worked while you're in PvP situations. And the reason that this is a really good thing is because it means that if they need to change an ability because it's too strong in PvP, it won't affect you if and your character if you're in a raid environment, for example. Because that's always been like a huge gripe where something's been nerfed because it's too strong in PvP, but it wasn't strong enough really in PvE anyway. And, you know, all sorts of hoo-ha that would happen about, you know, changing one thing to benefit another, but disadvantaging the other thing. So the templates help with this being separated. And it is really, really great. But I do agree with the person asking the question. It would be great if there was somewhere that you could practice these templates, because exactly that. The only time that you get to test them out is when you are going into a battleground or an arena.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a lot of talking. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Now, obviously, there are many things to get in across this, and obviously the first two are the currencies. There is honor, and then there are marks of honor. Now, honor is used to level up your character's PvP level, which gives you, you know, the talents, and then lets you prestige, and lets you move forward that way. And then marks of honor are a replacement for the old currency of marks of honor, which is account bound, and they let you purchase everything.
All the things.
All the things, pretty much.
All the things.
Now, most PvP-related activities will reward you with honor, those being PvP world quests, you know, the towers and the free-for-alls, battlegrounds, both casual and rated, skirmishes and arenas. In addition to that, some of the PvP world quests and battleground chests will award you with a mark of honor. Now, because they are account bound, you can farm them across multiple toons, and it just makes it easier to purchase all the things, because there is a lot of there are old mounts, there are old sets of gear, so there's a lot of stuff.
I have a confession, Spaz.
What?
I may have purchased Transmog this week instead of a mount, and I feel like I betrayed the show. Because I did that. I did. I felt so guilty afterwards. And then I put the clothes on and I looked really pretty and I felt a lot less guilty. But it just it felt so weird.
Does the piece of clothing that you bought match the mount?
No, so I only have one mount left to purchase that you can buy with Marks of Honor, and it's one of the Meccano Striders, and I'm not a huge fan of those mounts, which is why I was like, I think I'd rather look pretty. So
let that one be mount 300.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Exactly that. I'm like, you know what? I know that if I need that just one more mount, there's one sitting there that I could get relatively easily. See, yeah. Anne's yelling at me.
Yeah. It's okay.
But I look beautiful. Like the set that I chose. So I looked up. I mean, all of this is timed really well because you'd already chosen this as the topic a while ago. And it just kind of worked out that I'm like, I wonder what you can actually buy with these Marks of Honor. And I looked it up and I'm like, oh, okay. And I was just kind of bumming around and had a look at the vendors in War Spear. what's the Alliance version? I can't remember. Where you queue
Storm
up for
Shield.
Ashran. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I was Horde for so much of that. So yeah, I was just having a look around on the vendors and having a look at what they sold and stuff. And there was one set that I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. But I promise you, I sat there for a good 15, 20 minutes going, oh, should I do it? Should I? Or should I get the mount? Oh, but should I get this because it's so pretty? It's
What
like,
was
oh.
the cost?
It's 12 marks of honor for an ensemble. So this is one of the things that Salvation has laid out really nicely in his blog post is the cost of all of the items that you want to purchase. So, for example, I'm trying to get there quickly, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. That's the honor.
The vendors themselves are located all around the place. Now, if you're looking for the classic gear and the Burning Crusade things, you'll want to go to Area 52, Netherstorm.
Just be aware that they're replica ones, then you can't actually get the classic ones without other prerequisites being met.
Yeah. So, yeah. For Wrath of the Lich King, you'll want to go to the Circle of Wills in the Underbelly in Dalaran Northrend, not current Dalaran. For Cataclysm, you're going to Gadgetzan in Tanaris, as well as the Champions Hall, Stormwind in the Old Town, or the Hall of Legends in the Valley of Strength in Orgrimmar. Do you find what you're looking for?
I did, yes. So the cost of... Okay, so they the ensembles are available for Mists of Pandaria PvP sets and Warlords of Draenor. And you can buy all of the pieces individually if you want. So if you were playing at that time and you missed out on like one piece, it's cheaper for you to buy the one piece. If you got none of it like me, the whole ensemble is the cheaper way to go. So the ensembles themselves cost 12 marks of honor, which are not a lot at all. And that will give you all the items for all of the armor slots for one individual class PvP set. So that's for Warlords and Mr. Pandaria.
Yep.
And then the cost of pre-Warlords belts, braces, and cloaks will just cost you 1 mark of honor. Pre-Warlords shoulders, gloves, feet, offhands, and shields cost you 2 marks of honor. Pre-Warlords helms, chests, and legs cost you 3. You can buy heirloom PvP trinkets for 4 marks of honor. Pre-Warlords weapons will cost you 5. Heirloom armor is 8. Heirloom weapons are 10. The ensembles are 12. Ancient heirloom scabbard, which will upgrade your heirloom items, will cost you 14. The PvP honor mounts, so that's the one that I was just talking about before, where there was the Meccano Strider that I chose not to get. There's a whole series of other mounts that you can get from the vendor. They cost 15 marks of honor each. Now, this isn't actually too tough to get. The marks of honors are... I don't want to say exactly how many you would get per week, but there's usually at least one mission up per day that I've seen that will give you marks of honor. And it can give you anywhere between 3 and 5. So if you get only one of those per day, you can get a new mount in 3 to 5 days, which is kind of cool. And then for 80 marks of honor will give you weapon arsenals, which gives you all of the weapons from a Warlords or Mists of Pandaria combatant or gladiator season. Yep. So that was a lot, but that's a lot of weapons. But this is just transmog heaven. It's amazing. I'm losing my mind a little bit. It's so cool. Sorry. But it's cool.
Well, I mean, it's everything in one place. You don't have to, stretch yourself across multiple raid instances looking for gear.
Well, yeah, it is definitely a cool thing about it.
Yeah. Now, for Mr. Pandaria, you can head to the vendors that are located on the Great Wall, the Valley of Four Winds, or Kunlai Summit, depending on Horde or Alliance. And for Warlords, obviously, you have Storm Shield for the Alliance and War Spear for the Horde in Ashran. Now, there are a ton of things that you can get, as we've said. and even more so now with another expansion and another season. So this expansion has given us at least 2 mounts: the prestigious bronze, and what was the name of the other one?
I think it's ivory, and for some reason it's not in here. Oh, because I put it in the wrong spot. See, under the last one under pets, it's that one should be up under mounts. Sorry.
Yes, the prestigious ivory, sir, as well as the prestigious bronze. Now, the ivory one is for getting to prestige 8 and 50 honor, so I believe that's the highest you can go. So that's completely finishing the season, getting everything, getting as much PvP in as you can handle, which is really cool. Does look nice.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think you can go a bit higher. I think it's 9 rank 50. So it might cap out at like the equivalent of 10.
Fair enough.
Think. Not 100% sure.
And now, obviously, the bronze Corsair is at prestige 3 and then 50 levels. So technically 4. And do we know if there's like a quest associated with that, or if it just kind of pops?
No, I think that there's quests and stuff. Well, I don't know about quests and whatnot, but I believe there's a bit of a hoo-ha every time you prestige, because I've seen some screenshots and people getting excited that everyone's kind of bowing down to you for being so awesome. So, yeah, obviously yes. I haven't done that yet. I think I'm only about 25 ranks in, like 0 plus 25. So
now, obviously, Cinder, deal yourself, because the Gladiator achievement, for which you'll receive a Storm Drake, you need to be in the top 0.5% of the ladder arena.
I can totally do that, oh my god.
Alright, let's see how well you do. And obviously you need to have at least 50 games won.
Yeah, I have 4 so far. Do you think that's going to be enough, given that Season 2 is due to end really soon?
Oh, I
can
didn't
totally get another one. I'm joking. Anne's just clarified for us in chat, because she's done this. She said there's not a quest line every time. The mount at 4 just appears in your bags. So sometimes people will be bowing down to your awesomeness, and other times they will not. But you'll get a horsey out of it, so
I just want like your race's like PvP leader to come charging in on the horse and hop off it, and then
that'd
give
be
the
cool.
thing to you.
Hand it over to you. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Now, there are a few mounts that you can get now through the Vicious Saddle, which rewards you for winning 100 arena 3v3 or 40 rated battlegrounds 1 Legion season. You use 1 saddle to purchase 1 mount, and they are the war variations of all of the mounts, being the steed, the saber, the ram, the mechanostrider, the Elec, the Gilnean warhorse, for the Alliance, of course, and then you have for the Horde the raptor, the kodo, the strider, the trike, the wolf, and then the skeletal warhorse. So there are some really nice mounts. I believe that war trike was the one with the giant red goblin head that we were talking about a while ago.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I like the Gilnean warhorse, because I like horses, and I like the Gilnean ones especially. I think that'd probably be the first one I'd choose.
Yep. And then, obviously, there are some pets, and the first thing you get once you hit on a level 50 is either the Alliance Enthusiast or the Horde Fanatic. These are... If you have Wormy Tunkins from Archaeology, they're a variation of what he is, except they have like the banners all over them, and he's pretty funny looking. Obviously, they are both battle pets. They're usable in battle if the abilities that they have are worth using. And then once you hit Prestige 6 and 50 Honor, you get the Dutiful Gruntling or the Dutiful Squire. So, 2 pets, 2 mounts. And then, Cinder, do you want to tell us about the titles and the transmog stuff?
Yeah, so there are some items and titles that you can get as you're going along. So the first item that you get is the Honourable Pennant, which you will get when you're Prestige 2 plus 50 ranks of Honour. And the Prestigious Pennant, which you can get at Prestige 7 and 50 Honour. They're basically poles with flags on them that stick out of you, which was... Our druid tank came into raid on Sunday night, and it just looked like he'd been impaled because the pennant was just quite literally sticking out of his back. It just looks like someone had stabbed him with it or something. It looked hilarious.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're fun, and they've got the different levels of them have slightly different appearances and whatnot.
Yes, the prestigious one is larger. It looks a lot like Samuro from Heroes of the Storm one.
Okay, that's cool.
Because it's just kind of floating there on his back.
Yeah. I believe that there were some bugs with the way the prestigious one appeared for a while as well. So if it's not looking right, it'll be okay. Don't worry. And there's a title that you can get as well. You can get the Honourable as a title when you reach Prestige 4 and 50 Honour. 50 ranks of Honour. So that's cool too. I quite like that one. The Honourable Cinderstorm. Yes, I think I'm going to have to get that one. So they're the items and titles that you can get. And then with the transmog pieces, obviously all of the bits and pieces we were talking about before that you can purchase with your Marks of Honour, they obviously all transmog, go bonkers. It's awesome. There's obviously things for your artifact. The first one that you get for your artifact is to actually unlock the artifact appearance, the PvP artifact appearance, and that will happen at Prestige 1 plus 50 ranks. And so it's not too bad.
Yeah. But for Beast Mastery Hunters, it's boring.
Why?
Which I realise now is also a pun, because it's called the Boar Shot. It looks like a handgun.
You and Fleecy, oh my goodness. Between the two, you're going to kill me.
It looks like a handgun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with a giant knife on the front.
I'm gonna have a look now.
It just looks really odd. And okay, well then I'll continue. The at Prestige.
Oh, it's okay. It's not
Prestige 5.
Sorry.
At Prestige 5 and 50 Honor, you then receive the next tint for it. So it doesn't look too bad. I just don't like it.
Yeah, but I mean, because I don't like guns either. Okay, complete tangent, because you know that I'm really good at those. I transferred my hunter over to Alliance this week and made her a gnome, and she's adorable. She's called Cinderling because she's like a little Cinderling. She's little and adorable. So she is a marksman, I want to say. Is that the one that gets the bow? Yes. She's marksman. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just kind of hit buttons that flash up and I hope for the best. And it seems to be doing okay so far.
Go to BM, you'll have a pet to protect you who's bigger than you.
Well, I'm a gnome, so everything's bigger than me.
Exactly.
I still have my pets, so that's okay. I decided that I was going to see if I could get some of the mechanical pets, because that was half the reason of going gnome hunter. Also, because gnomes are awesome. So I took her into Tanan Jungle and I went and got the mechanical Axebeak pet, which was really cool. It's my favorite one. It's such a great looking pet to have.
Yeah. I have an Axebeak named Sam.
Nice. I haven't figured out what to name mine yet.
He pretty much looks like a toucan, so...
Yeah, he does. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Thor was like, you should go to Nomoregan and get Friender. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, and so when you're on your way to there, you should get the mechanical bunny. So I got the bunny, and he's awesome. And then I went to Nomoregan to get Friender, who is also awesome, but I had bugged out puzzles twice. Because you have to complete the puzzles on the wall. Yeah. And but thankfully I read all the comments and didn't stay there for 10 hours trying to figure out a puzzle that was never going to work.
Well, the next thing you need to do is bug Thor to take your hunter through Siege of Orgrimmar.
Yes, well, that is definitely on the list because I do want the little juggernauts. Because that fight was just the worst for me when I was doing it when it was current. So I'd like one of those, or actually, I want all of them now. But
Yeah,
it was really fun. Sorry.
Yeah, all 4 of them.
Yes. Yeah, I like that you can choose what color you get in what order. Like, I think that's a really neat thing
You
to
just
do.
have to pick up whichever tin of paint you want.
Yeah.
As you go through. So.
I like that, though. Like, I really like the way that they've done this.
I
think it's
well,
awesome.
I mean, there are multiple colors of all the pets. I mean, I have every single variation of the Quillen pet.
Nice. See, because I haven't been a hunter, so...
Well, I mean, the thing is, there's even a rare... In Mist, there was a rare Quillen that you had to hunt down using flares because he would stealth.
Oh, yes, I remember you saying that.
And there were four variations of him, 4 different colors, and I hunted down all 4 of them.
Nice.
Then I also... Mainly, the reason I got all of them was because I actually got the ultra super rare, totally bugged out Stone Quillen as a pet.
Okay.
I've talked about this on the show. There's a small ruin area where all the Mogu and the Quillen are turned to stone.
Yeah, they're all stones. Yep.
And the lightning zaps them and wakes them up. And I was like, oh, he looks like he's made of stone even when he's alive. That's awesome. I tame him, and then I'm just like, okay, summon, and he's just sitting there as a statue.
Oh no!
And I'm like,
that's not good, pet.
Kill command does nothing. Kill command does nothing. Bestial wrath does nothing.
If you have to carry your pet around because it doesn't know what to do, like, it's not supposed to be something you pick up and throw at people.
Yeah, well, his name is Rocky, and he's sitting in the bloody pet. Well, I should have named him Granite or something because
that's awesome.
Yeah, and like it was so weird. That's cool. Like, I don't even know. I'm fairly certain if I could summon him, put the Elec plushie next to him, and then just go to the other side of the world, and they'd still be there.
Yeah, still be sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah, I could just put the Elec plushie on his head, just put it right in his head, and then just go, and they'd never move. And
oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, that and in raids, having an extra B res was really helpful because that's their family ability. They get a battle res. And it's always funny when people are just like, wait, there's no one in the raid named Quinn. Why am I getting a battle res?
Who is this? This is magical. Yeah. So they need to make me a mechanical Quillen so that I can have the battle res thing, awesome. But also mechanical. Yeah, that's what I like.
I just want the collector's edition of Mists, that mount, to be a pet as well. And not, like, obviously we've got the Foo Dog pet, but I meant it for a hunter pet because that one looks really cool, and even give it the wings so that when I mount up and fly off, he actually does follow me. That would be cool.
Yeah, are they supposed to follow you? Like if I have flying ones? I
believe birds and wasps and flying pets should. I'm not 100% sure though. I don't think they follow you on flight paths, but I think if you fly just normally, they do. I've never bothered with flying pets, so.
I have a rare, because I would only capture rare ones when I was leveling, and I have a jade green owl from somewhere. I can't remember even where I got it, but I really like it. And that was my favorite flying one. Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take us down a hunter pet path. But I just thought it was very exciting, and I would like to encourage people to go tame some mechanical pets because it's really, really fun, and they look awesome. They're really good.
Yeah.
But back to PvP. Have you had a chance to do any PvP in Legion yet?
Yes. There was PvP in my archaeology, and it tasted horrible.
Oh, what did you have to do?
The archaeology quest. The archaeology dig site that's out the front of the tower that I was talking about last week.
Oh, yes, of course. Yep.
Yeah.
That one's cruel.
It's annoying because of how packed that PvP area is, but when you're going in there all guns blazing to do PvP, it's actually really fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy the free-for-all with the mounts in Stormheim. That one's actually really fun. I haven't actually queued up for any battlegrounds because I'm not a huge fan of battlegrounds, really. Because
that's fair enough.
it just feels like they've gotten 25. Like my team is 25 chickens who just had their head cut off, and then the gate opens up, and it's just like,
good luck.
Okay,
everyone.
so we don't have a plan. It's just rush.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll defend the first point.
Yeah, I
thing,
was
I don't
hoping
know.
to do that for the bonus week this week because it was the PvP Battlegrounds one. And we were supposed to, like in guild, we're like, okay, Friday night, everyone come do these Battlegrounds together. And like 3 people showed up. And I'm like, oh, you guys suck. So we didn't end up doing it. Which was disappointing because I don't think that I would ever queue for random PvP things on my own. I think I'd need at least one other person with me to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more fun if you're playing with other people, especially if you're killing other people. That's really good.
Yes. Yeah. Although my favorite, for that reason, having a bunch of people with you, my favorite battleground is always Alterac Valley because it's just open the gates and everyone just charges forward, just straight down the middle, and it always just looks awesome from whatever angle you're looking at it. But then obviously the battleground starts and everyone starts splitting off slowly as you go, and it's just like, well, okay, fair enough.
It was fun for a while.
Yeah.
But the reason that I personally like PvP in Legion is that there are opportunities for people like myself who aren't hardcore about it to still get involved with it. So the PvP world quests are really awesome. I will do the towers all the time as a quest to do for the emissaries each day because they are really easy to do. And I guess that's one of the benefits to us having a quiet server is that there aren't many opposition around, if any at all. So I'm just like, yep, cool. It's just like doing another series of quests.
Definitely. I've never felt like I've never actually been ganked.
Oh, really? You are so lucky.
Hard in one of those areas. Like I've had horde players like charge at me and attack me, but I've never had that experience of killing mobs. Oh, what was that puff of smoke? I'm dead. Like I've never had that like rogue just appear out of nowhere and just insta kill me. Like this expansion I should say. Previously when I was leveling one of my alts like ages ago, I think it was back in Kata, like just rogues everywhere.
Yeah.
Just because.
I've been ganked many, many, many times, and it's always really frustrated me. That's one of the main reasons why I changed servers to be where I am now. Yeah. I went and because the main when I say main priest, the highest level priest that I have is on the horde side. I left her over there because I still want to have some horde characters so I can see their side of the story. And so I'd started leveling her up, and she was in Stormheim doing this stuff in Helheim, down with Helya and whatnot, and it was just a hotbed of slaughter. It was like people were treating that like a PvP battleground or something. There were just bodies everywhere, and not the questing ones, but corpses of players, and I was just getting ganked left, right, and center. And that was the last time that I'd played her. I haven't played her for a couple of weeks now because I'm like, this is exactly why I left PvP servers, because
I suppose
it's just not fun for me.
Hell.
Well, it is hell. Yes, it didn't need to live up to its name. It just didn't.
Yeah, that's fair. We put a tweet out as well asking people what they thought about PvP. And we got a good couple of responses.
Yes.
Roxy QT said, I'm almost Prestige 9, rank 50, and have loved Legion PvP so far on my Demon Hunter. That's a lot of PvP.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, that is a lot of PvP.
That's a lot.
But well done.
Yeah. Servation said, PvP is far more enjoyable this expansion due to the templates and other bits. May have blogged just last night about it, and we obviously talked about that before.
Please check it out, guys. It's especially if you're not too sure how much work you have to do to get all the things that you want. He's got lovely tables. His blog is really great for guides and stuff, especially. I just particularly liked this one. It was very, very well done. So please go have a look.
Yeah. I got a tweet from Spanky Hunter who says, it's all I'm doing apart from LFR, just grinding the world quests and random BGs. In rated hunters aren't good at the moment. And he's prestige 8. Now, obviously, that's the issue with rated battlegrounds. You can't go into a rated battleground by yourself. You have a group.
Yeah.
And if you are not the class and spec that is, in air quotes, the best at the moment, to some people, you're just going to get told to bugger off. Which
Well,
sucks.
It's the same as trying to get into raids and stuff that aren't LFR.
Yeah, of course.
There's always these bias and stuff, which is really disappointing.
Yeah, but I suppose there's never really I suppose there probably is for rated battlegrounds. It's like you must have an obscenely high, battleground skill level. Like the people who are just like normal Nighthold must have killed Mythic Gul'dan.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
for sure. I mean, the other week when we were just doing it for funsies, we quite clearly said, because we needed to pug like 2 or 3 people, and we quite clearly said we've never really done this. Our rankings are non-existent. This is just for fun. And even then, people were still going, "What's your ranking? What's your ranking?" And we're like, "We don't have one. We're 0. We're less than 0. We don't do this." So yeah, I think it's, to be honest, I think it's the same where you need to prove your worth before going into those things, and it's fair enough because it is a rated thing that, unlike raiding, where you just get the honor of killing the boss at the end, with rated battlegrounds and stuff, it affects your overall score and your overall chance of getting an awesome reward at the end of it. So I can understand it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Now we also got 2 tweets from Astrolime @Astrolime that I haven't seriously PvP'd since MOP. Was super fun on my warrior. Now I just wonder why I get splattered 90% of the time. Now, I did respond, and I said, well, don't you mean every time you come from your class hold Dalaran, you go splat? And they responded and said, well, that and we get splat like PvP in a bug. Like a bug in PvP. So, it seems odd that warriors would be the ones that get splattered so quickly. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Warriors are fun, though.
Yeah, well, I actually don't have a warrior yet, so... But maybe this expansion. I got plenty of other characters. So...
Well, look, I think our overall message with the Legion PvP is that there are definitely a lot of opportunities out there if you are only wanting to do it casually. So if you are wanting the Corsair mounts especially, or if you're wanting the transmog and things like that, you can do just the world quests each day or however often you want to do them, to get yourself the honor so that you can prestige for the mounts and so that you can get your marks of honor so that you can buy transmog. All the pretty transmog.
Yep. Many rewards handled.
Yes, there are a lot of rewards. There's a lot of rewards, and I really like the way that, like, I like it. I don't know how hardcore PvP people feel about it, but I really love it. I like that there seems to be some PvP experience for everyone, and I think that's really great.
Yes. So that's kind of about it. We've covered all the bits and pieces for PvP, I believe. Tweet at us if we missed something, or if there's something you'd like to let us know. Definitely tweet at us, because we have received some tweets throughout the week in regards to a whole bunch of different things. Now, Cinder, would you like to take a couple of these first?
Yes, our first one is a follow-up from @VicBaldry. This was in regards to talking about what the best combination of class and professions would give you the most amounts overall. And Vix sent us another tweet this week saying, update on this, Paladin with tailoring and engineering is the best class since they get 4 class mounts in 7.2. Which is great. Not 100% sure that all 4 variants of that same mount will actually count towards the mount total.
Yes.
We can't seem to get confirmation on the variants contributing to the overall total. We do know that the class mount will. That's been confirmed. But we don't know about the individual ones. However, we did discuss last week that paladins do get more anyway because they get an extra mount in Ice Crown. So even if we disregard the class mounts, paladins are definitely going to give you the most mounts overall. And then for the professions, engineering and tailoring are the way to go. Now, engineering has 7 mounts, so easy done, get that one. The next profession with the next highest number of mounts is jewel crafting. However, they are able to be used by anyone. So if you're going for most overall, tailoring is the better option because the carpets are tailors only, and they have 4 carpets. So and then you can buy the jewel crafting mount separately without actually having to be a jewel crafter. So paladin with engineering and tailoring is the very expensive way to go.
Let's see if I can remember off the top. They have the flying carpet, the magical flying carpet, the frosty flying carpet, and the creeping carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty sure that's what they're called.
Yeah. I don't remember the
correctly.
creeping one because that's the one that I stuffed up on.
Yeah, because that's the one that, it doesn't fly, it just creeps.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I love the flavor text for it, though. It's great.
All the carpets have good flavor text, though.
Yes, definitely. And now, obviously, if you're a paladin, have a look at High Lord's Valorous Charger. That is the joke mount of, if you don't want to be a dreadlord, you might as well be a horse mount in Warcraft.
It really is
because it has the same colors.
It really is.
It has the same colors, so yeah, quite funny. So, Activation actually posted on Twitter about an add-on that lets you track your hidden artifact appearance. Now, I myself actually did download this.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't realize that my survival hidden artifact appearance dropped off Ursoc.
Okay.
And hovering over the survival artifact actually has 4 green things saying, Ursoc isn't alive in LFR, normal, heroic, mythic. So on top of the
That's
unlocking
really cool.
the secret artifacts progress, it also lets you know, hey, this is where you get your secret artifact from, in that regards, that boss.
I haven't looked at that. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm assuming if you have it already, it just says, this is the percentage of the other 3 options.
Yeah, so for me, I have the elemental and enhancement hidden artifact appearances, and I have the I somehow magically managed to get the PvP one. Now, I don't know how that happened. The only thing I can think of is that doing all of the PvP world quests actually counted. Like all the mobs that I killed as part of those counted towards that total. Because I have that one, which is really cool. And I have the one for... is the other one World Quests? It's from memory, you have to do a certain number of world quests. So I have that one as well. So the only one I don't have is dungeons, but that's because I do dungeons as healer, and the healer resto one doesn't exist. But yes, it's for the ones that I've already completed, it doesn't end up showing it in the tooltip. It only shows me what I have left to get. So I just have the tooltip showing that I've only done 28 heroic dungeons with my 28 dungeons with my artifact appearance. Hidden one.
Yeah.
But it's a really good add-on. It's called Hidden Artifact Tracker, and we'll put the link to that in the show notes.
I should have mentioned the name of the achievement.
Yeah, that's okay. I think you hadn't yet, and I'm like, I'll just try and get it in there.
Yeah. Now, obviously, he did post a picture of this first, and I was just like, I responded and said, holy crap, Blizzard snuck this in without us realizing. He's like, no, it's actually an add-on. Don't be silly, Blizzard wouldn't be that nice. But no, he let us know that it's just an add-on, so yeah, that's awesome. Now, would you like to take the next couple of tweets?
I would, because they're so awesome. Sorry, I'm just having my dinner brought to me because I am such a very lucky girl, and it is absolutely delicious. So excuse me if I start munching at some point in time. We have okay. I feel like we need like celebration music or something. But Professor Moriarty tweeted to us saying, "I just earned the Lord of the Reins achievement. Oh yeah, Jade Primordial Direhorn, you made my day, dude." Congratulations! That's absolutely fantastic. His mount count's now at 301. Obviously, with getting the reward mount. That's so cool. We're so happy for you. And
Yes.
like we need balloons, and although you can't hear balloons, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's at Prestige 2, level
Yes!
28.
And he just
as
got
well.
Master of Ultrach Valley, which took him 12 years to get. So that's really fantastic. Congratulations, man. You've had a very good week. You'll need to please send us a picture if you haven't already.
Definitely.
But we'll need a picture of you on your reward map, please.
Yeah.
Then we got a tweet from Alessandra, who has also had a brilliant week. And Alessandra says, "The last rare mount on my list. Not sure what to do. I need a new list, it seems, after I look at Onyxia a while longer." And she did put a picture in, which I haven't put in here, which is a boo. But Alessandra got the Onyxian Drake this week. So congratulations to you too.
Yeah. Hopefully that does mean that she's got the achievement for Awake the Drakes as well. Because if that's the last Drake that she's the last rare mount,
it might just be her own personal bucket list, though. Because I know that I do that sometimes, where I'm like, I know I want all of these, but I'm going to focus on these 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
And our last tweet comes from Battle Panda, who just said, "Hey, Reins of Azeroth, thanks for the shout out." Because last week we were talking about Battle Panda getting invincible and being a little bit jealous, and also awesome. So congratulations, dude.
Yes. And we have one email this week, as we talked about in the pre-show, from Anne the Gamer, who says, "Hello, Reins. I had a successful week. I finished Falcosoring. And after a lot of swearing and frustration over the Pet Battle World quests, I got the 3 remaining mounts: the Brilliant Direbeak, the Viridian Sharp Talon, and the Snowfeather Hunter. Your episode and the Battleground bonus event inspired me to do a lot of PvP, and I got to Prestige 4 and earned the prestigious Bronze Corsair, which is now my favorite mount. It's so pretty. And it was such a grind, I'm never PvPing again. Well, at least for a month, until I decide to go get the next one. Thanks for the podcast and have a nice show."
Congratulations, Anne. That's a lot of awesome. PvP to cram into a week. Did you start at 0? That's a lot.
Yeah.
And Anne talking about the Falcosaur mounts has reminded me, and I forgot to put it in the show notes when I was putting them together, there is actually a 4th Falcosaur mount. Fifth Falcosaur mount, because I can count real good. There is another Falcosaur mount that you can get once you have gotten all 4. Now, I'm sure I'm probably breaking a few people's hearts here, probably especially Anne's, given that how you have to get this. Salvation goes through this in really great detail on his blog post, so please go check that out. But basically, once you have all 4 Falcosaur mounts, you can go have a chat to Aviana, who is near Sylvan Falls, and she will have some extra text there to talk about killing things to get reputation with Talon of Vengeance, or I think it's Talons of Vengeance.
Talons of Vengeance, yeah.
Yeah. And you need to go do some PvP stuff to earn that reputation up, and then at the end you will get another Falcosaur mount. So it's called the Ivory Talon, and yeah, have a read through the post. I haven't done this, and I'm not gonna get it anytime soon. But yeah, it's Salvation's post says that because you need to go around collecting marks of prey, and each one will give you 100 reputation with the Talon's Vengeance faction. The Dark Moon Fair Carousel rep buff does work with these, so each token you get will give you 110 reputation. There are limitations for this, so you must get the killing blow. If someone else or even one of your pets or a summoned mob gets the killing blow, you won't get the mark. The Talon only works in PvP and PvA World Quest areas. The buff lasts an hour with a 10-minute cooldown. However, you lose the buff if you die. So, yeah, have a look at the post, and good luck PvPing some more for another Falcosaur mount.
And that'll also get you closer to the next one as well. So.
The next one?
The next prestige.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly. I mean, like, it does. It to be fair, if you are going for some of these other rewards, then you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. So it's worthwhile just doing it. Go have a chat to Aviana, get the buff on you that you need, and then go do your PvP world quests if that's how you're going about doing it. And maybe you will get what you want. Like, you'll get that mount a lot faster than you might expect. Yeah. So the Ivory Hawk Strider is the mount, sorry.
Yes, it's a
definitely. That's the mount that you can. It's pretty, like it's one of the it's a Hawk Strider mount rather than a Falcosaur mount. Sorry, but yeah, it's nice.
It definitely is. I don't think there are mounts that are bad in this.
No, there's no bad mounts. It's do you like it enough to put in the amount of work that may be involved with it.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. And, well, that's pretty much it for PvP. Obviously, next week, as we've said, we'll be talking about 7.2.
Hopefully we'll have a date.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Now, make sure between now and then you go to Wowhead, have a look at their things to do before 7.2 post. It's quite succinct at the top, and then it goes into more details underneath. You know, as long as you can have a look and see that you've done most or all of those things, because there are new mounts coming. But we'll talk about those next week.
So excited! So excited! Sorry.
Yes. So if you have anything you'd like to talk to us about, you can send us an email at reinsofAzeroth@gmail.com. Now that includes, questions, stories, or pictures of anything, in regards to the mounts, toys, achievements, even bugs that you've come across in the game.
And also any topics that you might want us to talk about. Like if you're working towards something and you're stuck, let us know, because, anything that makes us not have to think about a topic is really grateful.
Yeah. And if you have a suggestion for a topic for Cinder and Z's blog challenge, even.
Oh, yeah.
You can send that to us. Now, if you'd like to actually come along and see us live, we are here Tuesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Australian, whatever time it is. I don't even know if it's daylight savings or not still.
It's still daylight savings. That is a good point, though, that will be ending soon. It's in the first week of April, so it's a couple of weeks down the track. So for anyone who is not currently residing in a time zone that is Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, our recording time will change. So we will try and get some information out to you all when that time comes closer.
Definitely. Now, obviously, that's at twitch.tv/Reins of Azeroth. We have a great chat room who comes out and hangs out with us.
Lovely people.
And chats away while we do the same. And obviously, in regards to the show, you can find everything we have at reinsofAzeroth.com, as well as the audio versions are on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. And the video from the live stream goes up on YouTube. Just search for Reins of Azeroth, you'll find us. If you'd like to leave us a review on iTunes, that would be great. You can give us a thumbs up on Stitcher, that works as well. I've never used Stitcher, so I'm always just like, is a thumbs up the most you can give a podcast?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is there more to it? I feel like I don't have all the information.
It's just a thumbs up.
Yeah. And, the more reviews we get, and the more likely iTunes is to refer us to more people, and the more people that can listen. So, that's about it. Now, obviously, if you'd like to join our Discord channel, you can just send us a tweet. Either tweet directly at Reins of Azeroth, or you can tweet me at SpazWesson, Cinder at Cinder_tweets, and we will get back to you with a link as soon as we can. And that's about everything. Oh yes, of course, we do have our Patreon still going. If you feel that it's something you'd like to support, you can do so. No real what's the word I'm looking for?
Pressure?
Yeah, no real pressure. It's just, everyone's got a Patreon, and everyone, wants to be able to do this for a living, but it's not that simple. I found you've got to do like 8 different podcasts and all this other stuff, and it's a lot of work to actually be
too much.
Yeah, at this point it's a little too much. But I do want to tease something just a little bit. I am putting together possibly a new podcast for myself.
Ooh.
That's about all the details I can say, because a lot of it's all up in the air, and I'm still like thinking about things and stuff.
Tease?
So yeah, when I have more details, when the ideas come into my brain and I write them down, I'll give more. But mentioning it here does mean that I do have to think about it a little bit more than a little bit, because someone's gonna be like, hey, in like 4 or 5 episodes, hey, so did anything happen with that or what? Or are you just being a butt? So hopefully that gives me a little bit of a kick towards it. So yeah. But that is about it, and we'll see everybody next week.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Thank you to our Twitch channel for sticking around and saying g'day. You're all lovely people.
Good luck with your PvP. And done. Dapped.
Yay!
Serious. Got free.
It's me.
You're back.
I finally got the internet working.
That's
excellent.
Good.
After a fair amount of rage.
That's fair.
Oh boy.
That's fair.
It's not fair.
Well, no, the rage. You were raging for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Horrible.
I'm so stoked. I'm really
internet,
happy with everyone's mount stuff that they got this week. I'm really happy for you, Moriarty, that you got your 300 mount achievement, because that's one that we've just seen that creeping up and up and up, and I'm just like, oh, it's going to be so soon.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like, I guess it's kind of the same as the getting the prestige mounts.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
Like it's over time it's slowly going forward and going and yay.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's awesome.
Well, we might cut this off here if that's okay. No?
Yes.
You okay, serious?
We don't want to turn this into a social eating stream, so
No, loud.
Okay, we'll see everybody next week.
Hey, people
see you
get
later,
paid for that.
guys.
See you later.